life gradually stabilized. Besides serving customers, checking the goods, and looking at the group chat every day, I would place fresh water and food at the door. I tried to attract the little stray animals in the group to come and let me pet them. Different from domestic pets, most of the time. The little stray animals are silent, they don't have a home, they also have no common topics with other pets, some of them even hate humans because they have been abandoned. Fortunately, they won't turn down food. Although most of the time they don't talk to me even after eating the cat food. But for several consecutive mornings, I would find some flowers at the door. The orange cat is the one that comes most frequently among the little stray animals. It's said that the rat catching business is not doing well these days. I poured a bowl of cat food for it. It purred with pleasure because the food was so delicious. Human, you're good to the cat. The cat will let you touch its head. In the future, the cat will protect you with its little followers. I replied with a smile. I tentatively asked the orange cat if it would like to live with me. The orange cat shook its head and refused. It said that it still had other little followers to take care of. But if I needed it, I could call it at any time. I thought about it, and actually, this was not bad. Then if you and your little followers are hungry, you can come over at any time. When it gets cold in the future, you can also come to the store to rest and keep warm, but you have to manage them and don't allow them to cause any damage. The orange cat rubbed against my hand and meowed in agreement. One day, just after I saw off a customer and wanted to sit down and take a break, I saw a Shiba Inu spamming the group chat. Shiba Inu. Angry, angry, angry. What should I do? The new guy my mom adopted always runs out to play on his own and steals snacks. Cheese cat. Stealing snacks? That's really bad. Call 911 and have him taken away. Teddy dog. If he pees on the bed, call him over and tell him he'll get what's coming to him if he stays here. Bulldog, you're so useless. Go and beat up the person who cleans up your poop and tell them who's the boss of the house. Alaskan Malamute. What species is he? Shiba Inu. The same as mom. A human, Alaskan Malamute. If it's male, it should be your owner's partner. This kind of male will beat his significant other. He's a very bad and fierce thing. You have to protect your owner. Shiba Inu. Protect mom. Protect mom. This Alaskan Malamute probably had some bad experiences and has always had a great deal of hostility towards men. I was afraid that the Shiba Inu would be misled, so I said in the group in a timely manner, when the owner is not in danger. A good dog can't bite people casually, otherwise, it will be sent away by the owner if the other person is seriously injured. The dog may even be forced to die at that time. Your mom and dad will be very sad. The Alaskan Malamute didn't say anything more. When the other pets heard that their owners would be sad, they all helped to persuade a few words. I wanted to say something more, but just then, a guy came in. He bought some popular dog cans after paying the bill. He looked at me hesitantly. I heard that if the consumption reaches 500 yuans, you can consult some pet-related questions. I nodded. I want to ask. My girlfriend's dog seems to think that I'm also one of the pets she keeps. It's kind of targeting me. What should I do? I couldn't help but think of that angry Shiba Inu. Most of the little animals are straightforward and don't really have any bad intentions. I told the guy that he could try to feed the dog alone and take it for a walk a few times. If he really couldn't get the dog's recognition, at least he could get along with it peacefully. However, the most important thing was not to hurt its owner, otherwise, the dog's hostility would double. The guy nodded and said he would keep it in mind. Later, I found out that the Shiba Inu in the group was indeed the dog of this guy's girlfriend. Fortunately, it listened to the persuasion in the group, except for liking the guy's plush toys. It didn't have any extreme behaviors. On Saturday, a special customer came to the store. She came all the way from the neighboring city. She said that her dog was in good health but didn't eat much. She had no other way and asked for help in the dog walking group. Then she heard about me. I've already taken it to the hospital for a checkup, and there's nothing wrong with its body. Please, can you help me ask it why it doesn't eat? This customer wasn't a resident of the animal community, so the dog naturally wasn't in the group. I couldn't communicate with it directly, but this couldn't stump me. I immediately started calling for help in the group. Are there any cuties nearby who want to earn a can of food? Just come to the store for a while, in less than 5 minutes. Several cats and dogs stood at the door. Human, hello, I'm here for food. I explained my need for translation in the simplest language possible. Then I chose a little dog that seemed to understand and brought it in. The little dog lay on the ground sullenly, looking listless. The little translator sniffed it and after communicating with it for a while with woof woof, it started to dutifully convey the message in the group. It said that it doesn't not want to eat, but it wants to save some for its friends. Its owner doesn't allow its friends to enter the yard, and it hasn't seen them for a long time, so it's a bit worried. I touched the little translator's head in admiration. Then I asked the customer, does it have any friends who often come to the house and haven't been seen for a long time? No, I walk it every day. Wait a minute. Could it be talking about those cats? The customer said that she lived on the first floor and had a small yard. The dog's food and water were usually placed in the yard. Some time ago, after she found that the dog didn't eat much, she immediately checked the surveillance in the yard. She found that as soon as she put food for the dog, a few cats would come over soon, so those were its friends. I didn't know at all. Every time those cats came, it would hide behind the door and peek out. I thought it was being bullied and didn't dare to go forward, so I drove the cats away. I shook my head. The dog said that because its friends are all little strays and are timid, it was afraid that they wouldn't dare to eat, so it pretended to be full and hid. Your dog is a really kind little guy. Woohoo, baby, you're the best baby in the world. The customer picked up the dog affectionately. When she left, she bought a lot of cat food. After getting proficient in the communication business, I bought new equipment. I added a pet bathing service. Some cats and dogs don't like taking a bath because they hate the sound of the hairdryer. Others are because the pets are too large in size and it's not convenient to clean them at home. The owner of that Alaskan Malamute brought it here a few times. Alaskan Malamute. Hello, human, you're from the group. I recognize you. I smiled and nodded. It cooperatively raised its big paw. When paying the bill, its owner handed over the payment code. I noticed a bruise on her wrist. Sensing my gaze, she pulled down her sleeve to cover it up. I accidentally bumped into something. I pursed my lips and didn't say anything. There are many little dogs and cats in the animal community communication group. Sometimes when they go out to play, they will mention me to their little friends. Thanks to their promotion, my legend has also spread widely in the animal world. This has led to little animals often coming to take advantage in a way. For example, today a crow lies at the door pretending to be dead to ask for water. Tomorrow a little squirrel knocks on the door asking for nuts. Fortunately, these are not too troublesome requests. One day, I was combing the orange cat's fur at the door. A trembling little dog slowly moved to the front of my store. I got up and took a handful of dog food, but the little dog didn't eat it. The orange cat went up and sniffed it. Human, this dog is dying. I was startled and quickly asked the orange cat to help translate in the group, but the amazing orange cat actually directly added the little dog to the group. The orange cat said that it should be a stray dog. Woof. I'm not a stray dog. I have an owner. I'm here to find my owner. The little dog said its name was Afu. It heard that there was someone here who could communicate with pets and walked a long way to come here. Its eyes couldn't see clearly anymore, and it knew that it might be dying soon. Before it died, it wanted to smell its owner's scent again. Teddy dog, were you abandoned? Afu. Woof. I wasn't abandoned. My owner told me to wait for him. He just forgot to come and pick me up because he had something to do. Alaskan Malamute. Afu, I seem to have heard about you before. Have you been waiting for a long time? Afu. Woof. I don't remember anymore. I only know that I haven't smelled my owner's scent for a very, very long time. It's been so long that I'm almost forgetting it. Human, please help me. Cheese cat. Human, help it. I'll share a bite of my can with you. Bulldog. And mine. Garfield cat. Meow meow. I finished my can. Is dried fish okay? Teddy dog. And me in the end. Even the orange cat joined in and begged me helplessly. I could only promise Afu to inquire about it. I took a photo of Afu and sent it to several customer groups in a row. But all the information I got was that Afu was a stray dog from another urban area. It had been waiting for its owner at the entrance of the community for at least 7 or 8 years, but its owner never came. During this period, some people wanted to adopt it, but Afu refused to leave. There was nothing else besides this. I originally wanted to take Afu in for a few days and wait for some news, but Afu insisted on going back immediately. It was afraid that its owner would come to pick it up while it wasn't there. I couldn't bear to let it walk such a long way by itself. So I simply took a taxi. Along the way, the car turned, and the red lights flashed one after another. Afu didn't seem to know how dangerous the journey was. It only knew that it missed its owner. Just as I didn't know how a little dog with blurry eyes and a weak body on the verge of death managed to find my store bit by bit. I only knew that I wanted to help it. When we got out of the car, I carried Afu to the ground. The security guard uncle greeted Afu skillfully. I took the opportunity to chat with him for a few words. I heard that the dog was left behind when the family moved. Probably, they really didn't want to keep it anymore. Sigh, it's been almost 10 years. This dog is so old that it can't see people clearly. As long as someone gets close, it will go up and smell. I don't know how the person who abandoned it would feel if they heard that this dog has been waiting here for 10 years. Maybe they would just laugh at it for being stupid. Hee hee, dogs are sometimes much more affectionate than humans. I pursed my lips and felt a bit sad. But I still asked, do you know any other information about that family? After getting some useful information from the security guard uncle, the next day, I went to find Jack. He just graduated from the police academy last year and happened to be the local police officer in this area. He has come to the store many times, and we can be considered to have some friendship. You mean you want me to use my authority to check someone else's personal information? Hey, do you know that this is against the rules? It was indeed not very compliant, but I didn't have any other options. Just as I was about to try to persuade him further, Jack suddenly laughed. However, you can report a case and say that you found a valuable dog. When I came out of the police station, it was already dark. The pets in the group were all asking me about the result. I didn't know what to say. So I simply asked, if your owner died, and your owner abandoned you, which result would be easier for you to accept? Cheese cat. I don't understand, but Meow wants to be with Mom all the time. Shiba Inu. Mom won't abandon me. Bulldog. How dare you? The person who cleans up my poop dares to abandon me. Brother Jew. The orange cat from AA Rat Catching Service. If you keep wandering, you won't have this trouble. Alaskan Malamute. I'd rather be abandoned. I hope my owner can live well. My dad calls me Big Smart. I can give all the poop I find to Dad. Dad, don't abandon me. Woof. 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 In the end, I still chose to tell Afu the truth. It lay in its old nest, with its eyes covered in a layer of white film, staring at the gate without blinking. I touched its head. Afu, your owner never abandoned you. 10 years ago, a fuss owner moved away from this community because someone traveling with them was allergic to dog hair. Afu and its things were left behind. Before getting in the car, its owner gently stroked its head and told it to wait and that he would come back to pick it up soon. Afu waited. Its owner also came back, but on the way back, he encountered a large truck that was overloaded and accelerating. The person and the car were knocked off the highway. Afu was indeed not abandoned, but its owner was forever left on the way to pick